Hello. How are you today? Great. So you're here for a suit fitting? Okay. So what are you interested in? Okay, so pants, jacket, tie, what about a undershirt? Okay. Undershirt. Okay. And you're looking for a measurement for that today? Okay, great. Well, I can definitely help you out with that. As you can see, we've got a lot of variety here, and we'll get your measurements, and then you'll be able to pick out, the colors and styles that you'll like. So, what we will begin with today is your measurements. So we really want to make sure that we get the correct fit. We've got many different styles and fits here, so we can definitely get that for you. Have you ever done a suit fitting? Okay, great. So you're familiar. So just try to relax as much as possible and stay in your natural stance today. So before we get started, can I have your name? Okay, last name. Can you spell that for me? And can I have your email address so we can email you when the tailoring is finished? Okay. At Gmail. Alright. And then your phone number. Thank you. And then what is the day that you'll need this done by? We usually take around a week or so. We just want to make sure that we have the correct fit. And then when you do come back in a week, we'll see how it fits on you and if we need to make any adjustments. Okay, so you need it done by... Okay, alright, that gives us plenty of time. So right now, I'm just going to have you hold still. And before we get started, can I just get your height, shoe size, and then is your watch hand your right or your left? And then do you have any problems with any non-tailored clothing, maybe the way it fits if you don't like it in a certain way? And then I'm just gonna write down what you're wearing. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start with your neck today. So I am going to measure around your neck at the collar. So it's going to be kind of where your button will be. We'll go ahead and do that. Make sure you're just holding still. Okay. So that will be kind of where the collar button would be. Make sure it's a good fit. It's about 16 inches. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. So, it wasn't too tight when I did that. It was comfortable. Okay. Alright. And then we're going to do your chest next. So I'm just going to measure around the chest and body at its fullest part. So it's typically right under the armpits and shoulder. So if you can kind of just put your arms out a little bit, you don't have to do it all the way. I'm going to go ahead and measure that now. Alright. And just try to breathe then relax. Okay. So we don't want it to slip. Does it feel snug? Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit tighter then. What about now? Is that more snug? Do you think you would be comfortable breathing in this? Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of put it around here a little bit. And can you just take a normal breath? I just want to see how that will look. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Okay. Right, thank you. It looks like you have kind of a normal, and then normal shoulder slopes. I'm going to mark that down too. Okay, so now I'm going to measure your full shoulder width. So back, so if you can, just turn around for me. And I'm going to measure from the end of the right shoulder to the end of the left shoulder today. Okay? And so I'm going to make sure that I get this correct. So just kind of relax your shoulders and take a deep breath in and out. Okay. Make sure I get that correct. Alright, perfect. Thank you. Down. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to measure the right sleeve. Okay, so the length of your arm down. And I'm just going to measure from the end of your shoulder to the end of the right hand. Okay. So if you can kind of turn and make sure your body kind of moves that way. And okay. Just want it like 1 inch above the index finger knuckle. That way. Okay, beautiful. You're about 25 inches there. 25 Okay. So we're going to do the same with the left. So if you want to move that way. And I'm going to measure your left. So same thing. I'm going to put this here. Go down. So we're going to start at the end of the left shoulder and then go down to the pinch, which is like 1 inch above your knuckle, index finger. Okay. Alright, you are the same on both sides. Write that down. Alright, wonderful. Are you doing okay? Excellent. Okay, so I am going to measure your bicep now. And so I just want you to kind of stick your arm out a little bit. I'm going to do your right one first. I'm going to go here. Okay, and then you to just kind of put your arm in now. I want to make sure that that's a comfortable fit for you. How does that feel? It's okay. Great. Wonderful. I'm going to do the other one. Most of the time we don't need to, but I like accurate measurements, so I'm going to go ahead and go to this side now. Right. And then can you bring your arm in a little bit? Perfect. Okay. Alright, they're the same. Write that down. So now can I see your wrist? I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And I can go ahead and take this side. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at the fullest part. Right. And then I'm going to measure your wrist at make sure it's nice and snug there. Does that feel okay? Wonderful. Okay, I'm only going to measure one side with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure your waist. And I'm going to measure around the fullest part of your waist, right below the bottom of your ribs. And so go ahead and just kind of stick your arms out a little bit like this here. Good, good, good. Okay, so I'm going to come around here. And measure that. Right. Let's see. You are about... Okay, wonderful. Put that down. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure your hips, and I'm going to measure around the fullest part of your hips. So I'm going to go down a little bit, and let me know if it feels okay. So I want to make it a little bit snug. Alright, how does that feel? Okay. It's too tight? Okay, let me loosen it a little bit. What about that? Okay, good. Snug. Wonderful. Let me write that down. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is measure the front jacket length. So it's just going to be straight down from the base of your neck all the way down to your thumb knuckle. Okay, so you're going to put your arms kind of horizontal with your body, or parallel with your body, and I'm going to measure it down. Okay, so just kind of hang your arms. I'm going to start from your neck here, and we're going to go down all the way to the point where it reaches with your thumb knuckle. Okay. Alright. It's about 20 inches. Okay. Wonderful. Right, and now I'm going to measure the front chest width. And I want your arms by your side. Okay. And I'm going to measure across the front of the chest. Okay. And then I'm going to start with the right armpit and go all the way across. Okay. So we're not going to measure under the arms. We're only going to go from the side to the side. And let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. How are you doing? Good, good. Alright, so go ahead and you can stay there. I'm gonna do your back now. So I'm gonna go around and you can stay where you're at. Okay, so for this, just keep your arms at your side, and I'm going to measure across the back. So I'm going to start at the right armpit and continue measuring across the back of the shoulder blades, and then I'm going to stop at the back of the left armpit. So we're not going to measure under the arms. Alright, great job. Okay, let me write that down. So now I'm going to measure your half shoulder width. So kind of from here to here. So if you can kind of just stand up straight, don't hunch, don't fall back, just kind of keep your natural stance. So it's the best fit for you. So I'm going to kind of measure from your neck to the end of your shoulder. Go ahead and do both sides for this. Okay. And I'm going to do the other side now. Wonderful. They are the same. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure your full back length. So what that means is I'm going to be measuring from the base of your back of the neck all the way to the floor. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start now. So if you could just turn around for me, I'm going to start the base of your neck here. Okay, we'll start here. And we're going to go down. So this is just kind of, can you tilt your head forward a little bit so that the nabby bone at the base of the neck becomes obvious? A little bit more. Okay, I'm going to have you tilt your head a little bit more, and I'm going to double check this measurement here. Alright, I'm going to go down again. Alright, nice job. So I did the full back, and now I'm going to do the half back, okay? So same thing, I'm going to measure from kind of that nabby bone at your neck. So I'm going to have you kind of lean your head forward like this. And then I'm going to go to your waistband. Okay. Wonderful. And are you doing okay? Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to measure your trouser waist, and it's just kind of normally where you would put your belt, so we can make sure that that is a correct fit. Okay, so I'm gonna come around here and I'm gonna go ahead and measure that. So just relax. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is measure your trouser out seam. So I'm going to measure from the top of your pants, and I'm going to go all the way down to the floor. Okay, so I'm going to make sure this is nice and tight, and then go ahead and stand nice and tall and straight. And alright, good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, great. Okay, so I did the out seam. Now I'm going to do the inner seam. So I'm going to measure from the lowest part there all the way to the floor. So if you could just kind of put your leg out in a diagonal. I'm going to go ahead and measure that. Make sure you are standing nice and straight. About 45. Okay, so now I'm going to measure your upper thigh. And I'm just going to measure at the widest point. So I might kind of move it around a little bit, just to make sure that you get a comfortable fit. You don't want it too tight. So I'm going to go ahead and measure the right thigh. Inches. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other thigh now. So can you put your leg at a diagonal? So those are the same. Both sides. Alright, so now I'm going to measure your knee. Same thing, go ahead and stick your leg out. I'm going to do both sides. So now we're going to measure your right full sleeve and your left full sleeve. So we're just going to start from the base of the right side of the neck into the pinch of the right hand. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just here, go all the way down. Right. Okay. And we're going to do the left side now, same thing. Okay, so I am going to measure your ankles and your calves now. So I'm going to go ahead and do the ankle next. So if you can stick your right leg out. Okay. 11 inches, and then this side is about 11 inches as well. Just go ahead and write that down. 11 inches. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do the other. Actually, I'm going to do your calf now. So go ahead and stick your leg out, kind of at a diagonal. Okay. Alright. I think, I've got everything. Let me make sure I've written down all of my notes here. Okay. Fantastic. So we are finished. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and you're gonna go with my assistant and she's gonna help you pick out the suit that you're most interested in. And then what we'll do is I have all your measurements. So once you've picked out your suit, your jacket, your undershirt, and a tie, we will go ahead and purchase that, and then we will start tailoring the suit for you. And then in about a week or so, we'll call you. You'll come back in and we'll make sure that it fits you correctly. Okay? So it was so wonderful to meet you, and I'm very happy that I was able to help you with your perfect suit fitting today. So have a lovely afternoon. I'll see you later.